Hello everyone, and welcome to part 3 of my Get Marketing Savvy, the Basics webinar. This is the third and final part of the program. I hope you've all had a fantastic few weeks. We missed last Wednesday because I was actually off in Bali having some relaxing and rejuvenation with my son Callum and some friends, so it was fantastic, and now I'm back and ready to get going again. So welcome to the webinar. And as always, before we get started, there's just a couple of housekeeping things. So again, I am recording the session tonight, and you'll all get a copy of that later on this week. We'll email it through to you. And as always, there's a comments box. So if you'd like to just say hi and let me know you can all hear me okay, that would be fantastic. And feel free to type in any questions that come up for you or make any comments throughout the session. I will check in as we go, but you don't have to wait. Just pop a question in there if it comes up, and I'll go through them throughout the hour that we have together. Okay, so let's get started. I've got a little bit to get through tonight. Okay, so in our Get Marketing Savvy program over the last 3 sessions, so part 1, we basically looked at what is an ideal client and why you need to claim yours. So that's really getting to know who that one person is that if we had 10 more of them, life would be great and our business would be just really growing and booming. We also, in week 1 or session 1, looked at how to create a brand to remember and how to use our personality and really define our point of difference and stand out from the competition, so we become a consumer's first choice over the rest when they want what it is we have to offer. And then in week 2 or part 2, we looked at how to attract more prospects to your business and create more income immediately. So this is where we really looked at those list building strategies and how we could get those prospects coming through the door and really ramp up our business activity. And this week we're going to look at the last 2 sections, which point 4 here is how to build strong relationships with your clients, and then the 5th point there, how to convert prospects into clients and raving fans. So I think that's what we all aspire for, is a whole bunch of raving fans who just want to come back to us time and time again. So that's what we're going to look at this evening. So let's get into it. So how to build strong relationships with your clients. Now, I've said this before, but relationships are really the foundation for any business success. If you have a great relationship with your clients, you will never have a problem finding more clients or finding new clients, and you certainly won't have a problem with sales, especially if your relationships are strong and you've got a lot of them. So basically, if you want to make more sales, everything comes down to those relationships that you make. I always say people buy from people they like, so this is such a crucial part of the process. It's also something to remember is it's also easier to sell to an existing client than it is to acquire a new one, because existing clients are people who have already tried your product or your services are 8 times more likely to buy from you again as they've experienced your service and know what to expect. So if you go that extra mile and get them off to a good start, which we'll talk about a bit later on in our session, then you'll have trust there and they will believe that you are the ones that are able to satisfy their needs and wants. So remember in week 1 I said my definition of marketing was getting consumers with a need to know, like, and trust you more so they try, buy, repeat, buy, and refer. So if you look after your existing clients and even any joint venture partnerships, you know how we talked about last week in a great list building strategy is to implement joint venture partners. If you look after them as well, they are the ones who are likely to give you referrals, and those referrals or word of mouth marketing is the most cost efficient and leveraged strategy there is. So if you look after your clients and simply check in or follow up to see how they're doing, for example, if you've done something for them, follow up with an email or a call, or if they've been introduced to your business for the first time, take their details, send them a little, thank you email or welcome with some special offers, or just simply say hi and check in with them. They hope, they were satisfied with everything, because people really appreciate that and they like to know that they're being looked after. Because when you build these relationships, the benefit is, they're more likely to come back to you, aiding that top of mind awareness, so they choose your company over anyone else's. There's so much competition in the market out there. We really, have to use our personality and also those relationship building skills to get them to choose you. So it's also about what we covered in part 1, and your unique selling proposition, your marketing message and your brand. So if they or you stand for things your client values, then you will resonate with your clients and they will come back time and time again. Because as I've said, and I keep saying over and over, it must be important, people buy from people they like. And sometimes you can't put your finger on why you go back to them all the time, but they probably just like you, and having that connection with them, the relationship, removes the need for you to compete on price, as people will pay for the connection with you and you won't have a problem with the sales coming in. So keep that in mind and just think of everything you're doing as building that all-important relationship. So you'll see a wheel on the screen here. How do we go about creating great relationships? So first bubble at the top there, authenticity. So be authentic and genuine. Let your brand or your personality shine through. This is why it's important when you go through this, you've got to be true to yourself, because people will buy as long as you come from the right place. If you're not being yourself or being true to yourself, people will pick up on that. I always say you have to have congruency in everything you're doing. So, if you're trying to be something you're not, or trying to be too pushy, or putting this image out there that really doesn't match, what you actually are all about, you won't have that authenticity, and your potential clients will pick up on that. The second and the third is to give value and be honest. I guess this goes without saying in any relationships, inside or out business, inside or outside of business, just in everything you do, there has to be that honesty. Again, it's back to that congruency in what you're doing, and people look for that in their transactions. The third is build trust with your clients and prospectus clients, for that matter. If you want them to trust you more than the guy down the street that says he can do exactly the same thing as you, you've got to build trust with them. And that's where the free opt-in offer that we talked about in part 2 is so powerful, because giving them that value up front or something in advance lets them have a taster of your service, and lets them, almost decide for themselves that, yes, they want to do business with you, and it lends to that trial and the trust from the trial. The fourth is to use your personality and over-deliver and check in with your clients to validate them after the sale. So make sure they are happy with how things are going. The next one is generosity. Now, this is a real key step. So this is all about taking the time to listen to your clients. Sometimes they just want to be heard, and provide them with the best solution you can, because in the back of your mind, you might have an agenda. You might be low on cash flow that week and really want to make the sale. But at the end of the day, it's never about you. It's always about your clients and what's in it for them. So they're only asking themselves when they come into contact with your business, so what and what's in it for me? So it's always about them. So take the time to listen to your clients and provide them with the solution that can meet their needs, rather than, what might give you the most money coming in, or what you really want to sell them, because those ongoing sales and residual sales will come if you satisfy their needs and wants from the outset. And then the final point here is stay in contact. So I recommend at least around every 90 days as a minimum, even if it's just with an email or a newsletter or perhaps a call, because it's reinforcing your company to them. So yeah, staying in that constant contact is the way you're going to keep that top of mind awareness and build the relationships with your clients. So I want to just take a look at some of my favorite strategies for staying in contact with your clients. And this is what I call building your client engagement program, or sometimes I call it a continuous marketing program, because you're constantly staying in contact with them with what you put in place through this schedule. So I'll just call it a client engagement program throughout, but it's really keeping in constant contact with your clients. So I might have a slide for this. Let me just flick through. Yes, I do. Okay, so in your client engagement toolkit, there's actually, 6 elements to it. But before I go into them, no matter what industry or business you're in, I encourage all my clients to implement one of these programs because it's the easiest and most cost-effective and efficient way to retain your clients and grow your business. The aim of the program is to educate, harness loyalty and advocacy, and gently start to move your clients towards the next purchase. So you're building the relationship, but there is a purpose to it. You want to educate them. You want to get them to know, like, and trust you enough to then start moving them towards that all-important next sale. Okay, so with this in mind, there's 6 stages that I've got down here to a good client engagement program. And the first one is, from the outset, surprise and delight your clients. It's a bit like giving your free download in your opt-in box, but reinforce the new business relationship by going the extra mile. So surprise and delight your clients with something more than they expected. Everyone likes to get something for free. So this could be, if you've got a store and they come into the store, you could say, do you know what, if you buy that dress today and you really love it, you get the earrings for free. Or, we're doing 20% off everything in store today. Or if you buy that, you get X amount off your next purchase. Or, if you sign up for A service, you get B service complimentary. Just something that they weren't expecting, something over and above the norm. And you should aim to do this on a regular basis because, like I've said, everyone loves something for free, and especially when it's unexpected, it tends to be much more memorable, and I always say it kind of aids you in featuring on the Friday night dinner party conversation list. Don't you just love those Friday night dinner conversation party lists, which, is I say where most businesses want to be. So for those of you who don't know my Friday night dinner party conversation list, that's basically where, especially us females, we love to tell people about if we've had a good service or if we bought something new. The first thing we want to do is we want to share it with our girlfriends or our partners, or, so if you're sitting around at dinner, you always go, oh my God, I checked out this new service, or I bought this new dress from the shop, you've got to check it out, or I went to this dentist, he was fabulous, he did X, Y, and Z, do you love my new teeth, whatever it might be, and people will start talking about it. And that is exactly where you want your business to be, because the social endorsement that comes from those type of interactions are really powerful because it's other people doing your marketing for you. So surprise and delight your clients for being loyal or supportive, and just watch that repeat business come through and grow, and also the referrals that will come off the back of it because people will tell their friends about it. Remember, Friday night dinner party conversation. Think of everything you're doing is to get that conversation going. And again, this is building the relationship, and building strong relationships with your clients. So that's the first thing in your client engagement toolkit or your continuous marketing program. The second is monthly offers and newsletters. So each month, and I did say before, the bare minimum is every 90 days, and I guess it's whatever works for you in terms of your schedule. But in an ideal world, you'd send them something monthly or weekly or fortnightly, whatever works for you. But I've got here, each month send a letter or an email communication piece to your client base and even your prospectus clients. So those that you might have gained from your opt-in on your website, so they might not have actually bought from you yet, but they've showed an interest in what it is that you have to offer. You could also include them in this communication piece. And the whole purpose of these communications, again, is to educate, to potentially upsell and cross-sell any additional products and services or offers you have. And like I say, this could be in the form of an actual mailed letter, so we call that like a direct mail piece, or an email, so an electronic direct mail. Either way, these communications are a great place to teach your clients how to get the most from your product or service, as well as educate them on what else you offer. It's also an easy way to stay in contact and keep your company at the forefront of your client's mind. So remember, we want that top of mind awareness. So when they actually decide that they need what it is you have to offer, when they're scanning their mind for who can I get that from, your company immediately comes to the forefront of their mind. And the only way you get that top of mind awareness is by being in constant contact with them, and again building those relationships. And again, your monthly offer and newsletter are also a great place to throw in another surprise and delight offer, such as a free gift or a discount off their next order, or you might invite them to a bonus webinar, like I'm doing at the moment for my clients, bonus webinars. So throw something else in there to get them to engage with you, and I call that a surprise and delight offer, but really it's just something of value. When you're doing your monthly offers and newsletters, some general rules to follow. They're pretty basic, but I think it's important to reconfirm them. The first is that newsletters are to educate. So your newsletters are informational pieces, and your offers are to sell. They've got two very different jobs. So keep that in mind. Newsletters are to educate, and offers are to sell. So your newsletters, you might put in like the latest trends, the top tips, what's going on in your industry, or any new lines or services you've got coming up. You would tell them about the products and programs you have, but you wouldn't do a hard sell. So you wouldn't say, sign up right now and get this price, but you might say, for more information, go to this web page, or for more information, visit our store, or give us a call. There'd be no hard sell in there. It's just purely informational, and your offers are where you do that. You want to close the deal type, take action now, sell. So when it comes to your offers, only send one offer at a time. So sometimes I get emails from companies and they go, their offers are like, buy this program and then sign up for that program. There's so many different offers on the page. The consumer gets confused at which one they should actually pick. So make sure you're only sending one offer at a time. Buy in the month of February and you will get 10% off everything. Like, that's one offer. They know that they've got to make a purchase in that time frame and they're going to get a discount, or you're doing 2 for 1 or whatever your service is, but make sure you do one at a time. And if you're doing it by email, make sure you've got a really catchy headline. So just have a look at the emails that you get sent through and the ones that catch your eye and you open. Start to be consciously aware of the ones you open and look at their headlines and how they position it, and think how you could sort of think of what headlines you could put in as well. So your headline is what you put in that subject bar of the email, when it comes through and you read it and it says what it's about, and that determines whether you open it or not. Pretty much your headlines or subject lines are 90% of the deal. They're going to determine whether someone even opens it or not, only until your consumer gets to know you. And then once they know that it's from you and you've got that relationship with them, they'll start to look forward to receiving your communications, and headlines will become less important, and they will open it because they'll be interested to see what's happening next, what else is coming up. A little stat for you. Offers tend to beat newsletters in terms of revenue generation by 200%. So if you are low on a bit of cash flow, or you've got some surplus stock, or you want to have a bit of a closeout sale on something, put it in as an offer. Don't promote it in your newsletter as an information piece. Offers will get them to take the action. Send your offer every 30 days to get the top of mind exposure. And I would recommend doing it via email. Like, you can send it out as a letter, but email's just really cost efficient. And once you start to get a bigger database, it's just got that mass reach potential. It's just so easy, program it into whatever database system you are using, like MailChimp, or there's a whole heap of different ones, but MailChimp's free and it's really easy to use. And it just makes it so much easier. You put it in once, press a button, and off it goes. And also leverage any offers that you do and put them on your website and your Facebook page as well. So remember the lead generation tools we talked about last week, you can leverage them. So that's the second part of your client engagement toolkit, to map out some monthly offers and newsletters. The third is to conduct a client health check. So depending on what you're offering, it can be very powerful to, I say, conduct a health check, but really you're just checking in with your clients to see how they're going with your product and service. Are they happy with how the transaction was completed? Was the salesperson helpful or polite, or has the product or service met their needs? You're really just checking in to see if they were happy or satisfied. And there's no right or wrong time to really do this call. It can be done, you could even do it as an email as well, but a call is quite powerful. But it can be done after the first week or month or quarterly or annually, depending on the nature of the business. Like I said, there's no right or wrong. It's just another way to reinforce the relationship and let your consumers know that you know who they are. You know, if you were to call them up and say, you know, last year you came in and you bought whatever, or you got this service, you know, they'll be like, oh, she knows who I am. People want to be remembered. You know what I mean? They want to feel part of a community and a group. So it's really, it's a really powerful strategy to use. And it's a really great way to harness that loyal, and it's a real value add for your clients because it shows them that their business is important to you. And it's also a really good way to keep your list up to date, you know, to make sure you've got the correct email addresses or mailing addresses, and just confirm and capture any missing information that might be crucial to you rolling out the other elements on this client engagement toolkit. Or you could even say to them on the call, you know, do you know we're doing a special promotion at the moment? We've got this going on, or would you like to be added to our e-newsletter? We see you haven't signed up. So yeah, it's a great little contact tool, a health check. The fourth one is to hold client-only events. So depending on your business focus, schedule in some events or seminars or workshops or evenings that are exclusive for your clients. And it could just be social network gatherings whereby, you know, they can meet each other, your clients can meet each other, and see firsthand that other like-minded individuals put their trust in you. Or they can be educational in the form of a workshop or seminar. You know, you might have partners or, you know, the latest experts in their field. Come talk to them about something that's relative to what you do. But it's a real way to say, or you could just say, do you know what, we're having a little cocktail evening to say thank you to all our valued clients. Come and have a few drinks with us, a couple of nibbles. You know, it's just really a social gathering. But again, it holds you, it keeps that top of mind awareness. They will remember that evening, especially if they have a good time. And yeah, it's something exclusive just for them. Okay, so point 5 in our client engagement toolkit is to build your referral system. But before I go into referral system, I've been talking for a little bit now, and I tend to talk quite fast. So how's everyone going? Has anyone got any questions, or is everyone okay at this point? Let me just read the comments. Hi, Rachel. Hi. Yep, everyone is good. Perfect. Okay, so I think I have a slide on referrals here, so I'll just move over to the next. Yep, so word of mouth referrals is the #1 lead generation strategy for businesses, and it's the way many small business owners start off building their business, as it's the most cost-efficient marketing strategy you can use. It gives you high leverage, and you can pretty much see the results instantly. Now, I've said this many times before, but it still kind of makes me chuckle. The funny thing is, if I ask any of my, well, not any, I'd say 99% of my clients or business owners that I meet at an event, what they purposefully do to generate referrals to their business, I kind of get this like blank stare. And usually they're like not proactive in leveraging this #1 marketing strategy for 2 reasons. 1, they don't know how. And 2, fear, you know, fear of rejection, or fear that they don't deserve the referrals, or that they might look desperate by asking for them. So the only way I know, or have figured out over the years, for them to get rid of all that stuff and create that, you know, all-important flood of referrals to business is by having a system. You know, and one thing to remember is, you know, you'll see the system on the screen there, but is people love to actually give referrals. Think of that Friday night dinner party conversation. We've all been there, where we tell our friends and family and colleagues about something we've bought or a service we've had, and we've just loved it. Equally, we tell them if we've had bad service as well, but let's hope that you have everything in place and it's actually good service and it's talking about it in a positive way. But people love to give referrals, and they love to talk about products and services that they've bought or purchased, because it validates to them that, you know, they've made a good choice in buying it. So why not make it easy for them to do it? You know, because I know when I get great service, I can't wait to tell my friends about it. I'm like a marketer's dream, and I am a marketer. But your clients are no different. You know, you're actually doing them a disservice if you don't show them how they can tell their friends about it. So I have actually simplified the referral system process for this purpose and mapped it out into 4 steps to creating a referral system for your business. So the first one up here is identify your referral targets. So there's 2 key sources to draw upon for your referrals. So the first is your existing clients, or specifically to target those who you believe to be your best clients, which is where part 1, knowing who your ideal target client is so powerful, because you will then use them as your referral targets. The second source to draw upon for your referrals is your targeted network of professionals. So those strategic or joint venture partners that you believe you know, would complement what you do or benefit your clients, and you could create some win-win relationships with. So those are the 2 key sources to draw upon for your referrals. But when you're just starting out, I would start off with your existing clients, and then when you're more confident at implementing your referral system, then roll it out to your targeted network of professionals. The second step, so first step, identify your referral targets. The second step is get their interest. You know, make it easy and compelling for them to refer. So the way you make it easy for them to refer is give them what I call a referral postcard, or give them a supply of your business cards or some pens with your company logo and web address on it. You know, give them something that they can go, oh yeah, I can pass this on, you know, and tell them what you want them to do. And to make it compelling, you know, reward your sources for taking the time to refer you. You know, you want to make it win-win. So you could say to them, you know, for every referral card we get back, you'll go in the draw to win a makeover, or a holiday, or a car, or a Myer voucher, or a music download, or whatever it is you think that they would value. And again, by understanding in part 1 what makes your target clients tick, what they value, where they shop, where they get their information, you're going to know what's going to be a great chance to win offer for them. Or you could just say you will get it. Like, you will get this if you refer them and they sign up with us. So it could be a free product or a service or free movie tickets, anything. Or you give them a dollar value discount, you know, a way to earn your fees back. So say, I don't know, you're a beautician and it costs $50 to get your nails done. You could say for every referral card we get back in, you'll get $10 off your next service. So refer 5 friends who come to our salon and you've earned your fees back, because that's them got the $50 and the next service is on them. So make it win-win. So reward them for taking the time to refer to you. And then, you know, to get their interest, follow up. If they've taken the time to hand out your cards or tell someone about you, and then that person comes into your store or calls you up or gets in contact in whatever way you've advised them to do so, saying, you know, Maggie told me that you were great, I'd like to take you up on this offer. You know, let the referral source know how it went and thank them for sending people your way. They will love it. They will love that gratitude that you're putting their way, and that you know, follow-up. So be good. The third is, so, you know, you've got your referral source's interest. You've made it win-win for them. You've, you know, made it easy for them to tell people about you through your cards. You've given them a compelling offer. Now it's time to provide an offer to their friends and family that they can't refuse. So when they do tell someone else about you, they think, yeah, I'm going to give them a try. And it's a no-brainer for them to give you a try. So provide an offer their friends and family can't refuse. And this could be one-off special pricing or an introductory trial service. So I've given the example before of the massage company in Sydney who offered a free 30-minute massage. So basically they created some referral cards, and they gave it out to their existing clients and said, you know, as a valued client, pass these out to your friends and family as a gift from us. And it was a voucher for a free 30-minute massage. And that is something that they can pass on and say, here, go try this company, get a free 30-minute massage. Now, they had a whole strategy around what they did with that, but the base offer was there. It was the trial service. You could also give away gift certificates, so give gift certificates to your best clients to pass on. And it could be like a $10 or a $20 or a $30 off their first order or purchase. Or it could be, spend X and get something for free. That's more probably an offer you'd want to do once they're already on board, but hopefully you're getting the idea of giving them an offer. And one sort of that's a bit out there, but it's becoming more popular in this day and age, and I've seen a lot of companies starting to implement it, is offer to help a worthy cause, or this is where you would donate a percentage of business from that client acquired via the referral to a non-profit agency. So you might say, come try our service, and 10% of all profits go to the Animal Welfare League or Sick Kids or, the Heart Foundation or McGrath Foundation, whatever resonates with you. And again, this is why understanding your client from part one and know what makes them tick and what they value, you will know if they're into charitable giving or they support a particular cause, and then you can tailor your offer accordingly to suit that. So step 3, provide an offer their friends and family can't refuse. And the point here is really just to get them to try, get them to come on board and try your services. And the 4th part of this process is guarantee exceptional service. So your clients will shout about you and come back for more. Now, this will come naturally because when you have a referral system in place, it subconsciously makes you better and it makes you go that extra mile so you do give good service. It's like what we said back in week 1 when we talked about, creating a brand to remember. And if you say you're the fun and outgoing and making sure that you are that, and when people interact with you, they experience that side of your business. And of course, that you go that extra mile and give that exceptional services. So that is the 4 steps to creating a referral system for your business. And I've got just a couple of examples for you to get your creative ideas flowing, and maybe something will come up that you can implement in your business. So my first example is a dentist. So he created referral cards, or he called them compliment cards because he just wanted to be a bit different. But every time a client gave him a compliment, like that didn't hurt at all, or God, that was pain-free, or something complimentary around the dentist service, because let's face it, none of us really like going to the dentist. Either himself or someone on his staff was ready with a referral card, or he called it a compliments card, to give to them to say, we're so glad that didn't hurt at all, or it was pain-free, tell your friends about us. And the staff in this case had to emphasize that they only worked by referral, so it was a bit like an exclusive thing as well in this dentist case, because he chose to build his business based on a referral system. So when they got the compliment, they would give them the referral card, and then they'd say, this is the only way we grow our business, so we're so happy that you've been happy with our service. Can you tell your friends about it, or do you know anyone just like yourself who would like the same level of dental care that you do? And they'll probably be like, oh yeah, I do actually, take the cards, and you'll see the flood come through. And then again, it's like an ongoing process. So the next time it just keeps going, and your business keeps growing. So that's the first example. Second example is something I did when I was just sort of starting out. So this is my marketing consultant example from my marketing consulting days. But basically, I contacted a bank and an accounting firm that both had small business clients and offered to put on a free marketing service for the clients. So what actually happened was the bank and the accounting firm invited the guests and provided the space and the refreshments for the event, and I basically provided the seminar content. The bank and the accounting firm liked the idea of doing something for their clients, so it was like they were giving back, like educating them on marketing, which was going to help them grow their business, and then in turn think favorably on them when the strategy started to work. But the twist that really made this work was that the bank and the accounting firm saw it as an opportunity to meet each other's clients and perhaps get some good exposure to new prospectus clients. So, and it's again was going to be in a relaxed forum. So it was win-win for everyone. You know, both the bank and the accountancy firm got to look good in front of their clients because like they were giving a value add, putting on this seminar to benefit their small business. I won because I got to put my business in front of some new prospects. And again, it was a double win for the accountancy firm because they also got the opportunity to network with potential new clients. So it really was a win-win situation. So you guys can maybe think of doing something like that for your business. And then the final example I've got from you is a computer repair company. So this company simply asked for referrals every time they marketed or communicated with their clients in any way. A bit like that love heart on the screen. They basically created a big rubber stamp that said, "We crave referrals," and stamped that sentiment on every single piece of mail that left their business. So whether it was invoices, marketing collateral, newsletters, training manuals, work orders, anything. That stamp went on it. And by putting that message in front of their clients and prospects constantly, they began to receive referrals from like everywhere and even places that they wouldn't even think of because they just had that constant exposure and top of mind awareness that on an unconscious level, the clients couldn't help but refer them, and they didn't have to ask for it. They didn't have to be in their face. They literally just stamped that "we crave referrals" on everything. And you know, you can even do what's on that love heart. You know, we love referrals, and you'll be amazed at how many come through. So there's a few simple examples of how you can implement a referral system into your business. But I will say, you know, don't be afraid to give people a taster of your service. You know, if you're great at what you do, you need to invite people to realize that so that they can become regular clients. You know, some people say, I don't really want to give a free half-hour massage because that's my time, or I don't really want to give a discount, you know, because I'm losing out on that particular dollar value or that sale amount. But you've got to think of this, you're building the relationship, it's the longevity. Once they've bought from you once and you've got them in the door, they're 8 times more likely to buy from you, and they're 16 times more likely to spend more than they did, you know, the first time round. And that's on each interaction. They're 16 times more likely to spend more each time. So, you know, think of it holistically and the lifetime value of your client and what they can bring to your business. And that's when giving that small taster or that small value add up front becomes actually a really cost-efficient thing to do. So if, you know, you do this and then you move them into the rest of your client engagement program and you keep offering that value, you'll be onto a winning formula. And I think I've said this before, but most people like to try before they buy. So, you know, this is a great way to allow them to do it. It's a great way to get people through the door and start building those relationships. So that is your referral system. So you guys, you know, think about how you can implement one of the above strategies in your own business. So whether you're starting out or have been on it for a few years, think what you could do for your referral system and just keep it really simple. You know, even if you start off with just the stamp or on your email footers, you know, saying we love referrals. If you know anyone else who would love our products and services, we'd love to hear from them. You know, keep it really simple, get used to doing it, and once you start to see the results, that'll build your confidence and you'll be able to try some others. And don't be scared to test different things. So you might give some people a referral card and you might give other people a gift certificate, or, you know, you just might try different things and just see which one's going to work for you. And the final part to our client engagement program is to make a plan. And I've got here and live by the calendar, but I'm really a great believer in what doesn't get scheduled and doesn't get done. And maybe that's just me, like if I don't schedule it, I don't do it. But yeah, what doesn't get scheduled doesn't get done. So decide what your client engagement program will comprise, map it out and commit to doing it each week or month or quarter or whatever you decide. You know, you might decide to do a monthly newsletter and a quarterly offer, or the first Tuesday of the month you might do health check calls for all clients who came on board the previous month. Whatever you decide, schedule it in and make it a habit. Now, I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but I think you've got to only do something for like 21 days or 30 days for it to become a habit or the norm. So once you get into the routine of doing this, it will become habit, and you know, you really will see your business grow. So I'm going to stop at this bit and just check in on how everyone is going. Are you all still with me? Let's have a look. Now, I've lost my comments box again. Me and this comments box have no, you know, a lot of luck together. Let's see what's happening. Questions? Hi, Rachel. Really enjoying it. That's good. Really love the referrals. Some great examples. Would love to know more. Yep, Tracy, there is a lot more information, so you can just email me afterwards, or anyone for that matter, and I can send you some more info on referrals, or go to my website, marketingkeyinternational.com, and just check out. I sometimes do specific webinars on referrals and different events and things, so just keep an eye on the workshops and events tab on there as well. But if you want to know more, I've got some information I can send you guys through, so that's great. All good, thanks. Love the client engagement program, Jeff. Oh, that's good. Okay, so everyone seems to be doing fine, which is perfect. I'm just going to take a sip of water. Okay, so that's really like our first part of the program tonight. So how to build strong relationships with your clients. It's really, you know, check in, follow up, you know, see how they're doing, build this client engagement program for your business. And you might only choose to do one or two things. That's okay, but decide what you're going to do, schedule it in, and just make it a habit, make it something that you do over and over again. Now we are going to go and look in the second part of the seminar, the webinar tonight. What we've done our check-in, and that's how to convert your prospects into clients. So, well, it's really how to convert your prospects into clients and raving fans. And you'll see at this bit, which is why the first part and this part are really intertwined, because once you've got them on board, if you then move them through your relationship building and your client engagement program, that's where the raving fan part really comes from. But like I said, this section is really all around your lead conversion. So last week we talked about how to build your list and get your list building strategies going. And this is, you know, once they've come knocking on your door and they're interested in what you have to offer, how you convert them into becoming a client. So we call that lead conversion. And this is the part or the point at which I've seen so many businesses fall down, and it really is like heartbreaking, because they're missing out on lots of opportunities, and basically, if you want to quantify it, that they're leaving money on the table, and it's simply because they don't get this part of the process right. Once someone comes to your business and they are either inquiring about your service, especially if you're a service provider, you know, they're inquiring about the service, it means they need what you have to offer. So if they're not going to get it from you, they're going to get it from someone else. So you really want to be the person that they're getting it from, and you know, so this is why this part of the process is really important. So by having this step right, you can generate more income, more security for your business, plus if you get all your upfront marketing right, which we spoke about last time, or some of it we spoke about last time in terms of your opt-in offers and things on your website, you won't have to do that hard sell. And at this point, it's not about closing the sale. It's about confirming their decision and bringing or giving value. So your client should walk away from your business, product, or service purchase with a smile on their face, not wondering if they made the right decision. So when it comes to this part of the process, you want to make sure you get it right so you alleviate up front any buyer's remorse or you just want them to leave happy so that they get on that Friday night dinner party conversation and they're spreading good, spreading good vibes or good words about what it is that you have to offer. Now, I've just seen a comment which is distracting me, so I want to answer it in the comments box. How would you deal with an irate customer? So, Christine, that's a very good point. And I think the first thing, what I would do is listen to them. Pretty much when someone is upset or angry or really wants to get something off their chest, listen to what they have to say. And, if they have experienced bad service or, they are unhappy, agree with them. Sort of say, even if they're wrong, but sort of say, that is terrible. That's a terrible experience. How could we turn this around for you and make it better? Get them to give you the answer. And they might say, well, I want you to come back and do it properly, or I need better pricing, or there's nothing you can do, or whatever it is. And then once you ask that question and you know what it is they need to make them happy, you're in a better position to give it to them. But 9 times out of 10, people just want to be heard. They want to vent. They don't want someone to argue back with them or prove that they might be wrong and you might be right. So just listen, agree with them, and say, that is terrible. We operate with the highest integrity, or, we really want all of our consumers to leave with a fantastic experience. How could we turn this around for you? What could we do to make it better? And go from there. So, Christine, hopefully, has that answered your question? Maybe just say yes. Hopefully it has. So sorry about that. I just saw that question there and I had to just stop and check in on it. So back to your client conversion process and your lead conversion process. So like I just said, your client should walk away from your business, product or service purchase with a smile on their face, not wondering if they've made the right decision. And so how do we go about creating a good conversion where everyone is happy? Basically, start by asking the right questions, then offering what the customer wants, listening to what the client is looking for and coming from that place of generosity rather than pressure selling. Everyone hates the pushy salespeople, and you've all probably got a story you can tell me on, how you've walked out of a shop or you haven't progressed with a sale because you just got that the more pushy the salesperson is, the more they turn you off and the more they're like, oh, stay away from me, car salesman type scenario. So come from that place of generosity, or you'll scare your clients away if you appear needy or desperate or trying to pressure your sale. And when I say that place of generosity, it's really about giving your clients those results in advance, showing them the benefits of, whatever it is you have to offer and reiterating what they are going to gain from it. So, offer more value than they expected up front. Now, you might not really need to do a lot of this part if your, lead generation marketing machine is up and running. So your list building strategies and your offering value up front. By the time they get to this point, they might already know. So from your free opt-in offer, they might already know that they want what you have to offer, which is great. But if they don't, again, education, reiterate the benefits, reiterate, what you can do from them, and offer that more value than they expected up front. You could say, we're doing a special promotion this month. If you sign up today, you can upgrade to our platinum program, or, we're doing 2 for 1, or if you, whatever, give them some sort of value add. Also, if they have an objection or something comes up for them where they're uncertain or unsure, handle the objection right away. So many of you have it already, but in my program, The Marketing Guru's Guide to Success, Series 1, Laying the Foundation, I've got a whole section on this topic alone. So make sure you check it out on the website. But basically handle the objections, and this is all done before the client makes their decision, so the saying yes will become a no-brainer. I've got a bit of a diagram here. Where's the diagram? There it is. So this is like your process on how to convert your prospects into clients. So you will see from the diagram on screen that the first step is building trust. You can see kind of trust is really important, and how you build trust is really with those value adds. But in this instance, it's letting them know that it's about them and you are listening. You know, so whatever they come in saying that they want, really listen to them and give them what it is they're asking for. Even if you think, oh my God, I've got this higher price product to be much better for them, give them what they're asking for, and chances are they'll come back and get it anyway. So that's my tip here. So, and that's building the trust. You know, it's letting them see that you're not going to try and be pushy or give them something they don't need, and then they will leave happy. So that's the first step, get their trust. And again, your marketing up to this point and everything that you're oozing from your business, you know, if you've got your brand right and your marketing materials to educate, you've got your list building strategies in place and your website which educates, and your opt-in offer which gives them a value add, that's all building the trust in your company. As well as you've got your referral system in place and they've come from someone else saying you're good, that is a great endorsement or trust builder strategy. So the second is give results in advance. So I talk about this all the time. So this is your free stuff, your information, what they will gain, etc. You know, even if someone calls you up and they haven't bought from you before, or they haven't been to your website for your free download, you could say to them, you know, do you know we've got a whole information pack on this topic. We can send that out to you, or, you know, like, make sure that they're aware of any free stuff you have, or say, you know, you can take that away with you today. And if you do this, you know, give them free stuff, give them more information about your products and your services, or what they will gain. You know, it could be as simple as, that is going to look fantastic on you. You know, do you know our clients got these results, or whatever it might be. You will come across as the expert. And that also helps you build the trust in step one. So you're keeping reinforcing that they're making the right decision by choosing you. Number 3 in the process is, it says on here, eliminate obstacles and ask the right questions. But here, you know, you're really asking, what would they like to achieve? You know, what is it from your product or service or that you have to offer? Is it they require? You know, what do they want? And what would they like to get out of it? And once you know the answers to those 2 questions, you will know exactly how to answer them and exactly how to fulfill their needs and give them what it is that they want. And you might even present to them what it is they want. We'll just say, you know, they might want your gold program. You know, and you've said, this is it, you know, do you also know we've got a platinum program? It's exactly the same as the gold, but you get X, Y, and Z as well, and the benefit of X, Y, and Z is A, B, C. You've still met their needs by putting in front of them what they actually want, but you're just giving them an alternative option as well, and they may or may not you know, move to the alternative option, which would be better off for you. But again, give them what they want by asking the right questions. And you really just from the outset want to find out why it is they want what you have, what they want to get out of it, and what they want to achieve. And then, you know, you might want to say to them, you know, just to reconfirm, so you're after X and Y for whatever reason. So the solution for you we have is this. Is there anything else we need to cover today? And if you can ask a sentence like that, you know, you obviously have to fill in the blanks with your own business solution. Your clients are going to feel really looked after, and they'll feel that you are trusting and understanding of what they're trying to achieve. And again, see how this is intertwined with you're already building that relationship, you know, and getting to know them, which is so important to your business success. The next step is confirming the sale. So this is allowing them the space to make the decision to go, yep, I want it, I'm in, and no pressure selling, let them make the decision. But the decision at this point should be a no-brainer. If you've educated them enough on your products and services and why they need, by the time they even get to your business, they should have been educated enough from your marketing materials. Then when they walk through the door, if you reiterate the benefits, if you ask the right questions and find out what they want to achieve and put the right solution down in front of them, them saying yes and signing on the dotted line or buying or confirming the sale should just be a no-brainer, and it will just naturally happen without you actually having to do anything. And the last step in the process is basically validating that they have made the right decision. This is your after-sales service and how you get them off to a good start with their new product or service. And my absolute favorite tool to do this is with what I call a welcome pack. And basically your welcome pack it could be a letter, a leaflet, a flyer, or a folder of information, a branded folder, which has got sheets of paper inside, which basically validates their proposition, but also tells them how to interact with you, and does just what I've said, gets them off to a good start. So it would contain information such as what to expect from us, or how to be part of our loyalty program, or how to contact you if they have any queries, or any other products and services that you might offer, or how to get the most from their new product and service. Depending on what you offer, you might say, care instructions, whatever, what you need from them to get started. So, you might say, we just need you to fill in this client form and blah, 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 blah. You might even have something in there to confirm the sale or what was agreed upon today, or put in a copy of their invoice or their receipt, or if they're on a payment plan, you might put the payment instructions in there and how they'd set up a direct debit. And you would also, in this welcome pack, include your referral instructions. So, if you're like the computer boys, you would put the stamp on everything. We love referrals, or we crave referrals, on every page. Or you might put your referral card in, which basically says, we love referrals. Refer us to, 3 of your handies out to friends and family, and you'll go in the draw to win this, and your friend and family will get that. So put your referral instructions in here, and that is a great place to then move them into your customer engagement program. So you've made the sale, you've validated them, so they're leaving happy, they've got their little welcome pack, they've got their product or their service, they've signed up, they're feeling good. And a welcome pack is particularly useful if you are giving a service. Some people, they might hand over money or sign up to something, and then they don't have anything tangible to take away. And it's like, oh, I just spent this money and I don't actually have anything in my hands right now. But if you give them the welcome pack, it's like they've got something tangible in their hands, and they can go home to their partner or friends or whatever and say, hey, look what I just signed up to. This guy's coming to our house next week to do this service, or whatever it might be. But it's just a really great way to do that validating of the sale, and it's really cheap and easy, and there's no right or wrong as to whether it's a letter, a leaflet, a pack, or whatever. But put it in there. You even put in how they can contact you. So and then once you've given them the welcome pack, you will have their details, and you will literally move them into your customer engagement program, that we talked about before. So your weekly newsletter, you might email them through a surprise and delight offer in the first week. And then if you've got some quarterly events going on, you might even email them a welcome letter. So however you want to do it. Sorry, some Skype call just tried to come through on my computer. Just get rid of that. So that is how, in a basic nutshell, you convert your prospects into clients, and then in turn them into raving fans. So if you've done all of that for them, they've walked away feeling really happy, they are going to tell people about you, and that's great. And if you've got the right systems in place, like your referral instructions, you will see a flood of business coming through and really get those repeat sales. So remember, marketing is about getting consumers with a need to know, like, and trust you more, to try, buy, repeat, and refer. So that basically, oh, that's just my raving fans slide. See, lots of happy customers. So yeah, that basically concludes the session on how to build strong relationship with your clients, as well as convert your prospects into clients and raving fans. So does anyone have any questions? I think we've got about a few minutes left, 5 minutes left. How's everyone doing? All good? I'll have a drink of water while you're typing in your comments. All good, all good. The web address, Mags, was www.marketingkeyinternational.com. Yep. Okay, so thank you very much for being part of the Get Marketing Savvy the Basics program. So just to recap, over the 3-part series, we have mapped out what an ideal client is and why you need to claim yours, and the importance of really understanding the leverage you can get from knowing who that, ideal client is. And we're not saying you don't sell to everyone else. It's just you've got to talk to that one person, so which is really crucial to your success. And as you can see, as we've gone out throughout this, you refer back to that information a lot in your marketing system. We've talked about how to create a brand to remember and how to use your personality and position yourself so that your target consumers will choose you over the rest. We looked at all of the list building strategies, or the most powerful ones, to attract more prospects to your business and create more income immediately, and the importance of having that opt-in on your website and giving something of value or those results in advance. And then tonight we looked at how to build strong relationships with your clients, and more specifically at your client engagement toolkit and your referral system. And then finally, how to convert prospects into clients and raving fans. Sorry about that. This person really wants to contact me. So that was our 3-part webinar series. I have really enjoyed being here with you all, and I hope you've got some value out of it. If you have any questions or comments or feedback, or you're uncertain about anything that I have communicated, please email me, and my email address, I've just popped it up on the screen. It's Rachel at marketingkeyinternational.com. And if you want to know more about how you can implement the perfect marketing system for your business, go to the website, which is www.marketingkeyinternational.com. And if you go to products and programs, check out series 1 of the Marketing Guru's Guide to Success program, which is a complete do-it-yourself system on our program on how to create a holistic marketing system for your business. And it talks about all of the steps and gets right down into the nuts and bolts. So I've really loved having you guys here, and I look forward to connecting with you all soon. Thank you very much, and have a great Halloween evening. Bye.